Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you live from Route 66 in Arizona, right outside of the Painted Desert, where I'm about to be doing some backcountry camping. Um, Today, I'm going to be doing a review of an evaluation tool and of a HarvardX course. Let's jump right into it. So, the course I selected was a Fat Chance Probability on edX, which is provided by HarvardX. I chose probability because it's a really interesting topic, um, and you can implement a lot of really fun activities. So I want to see what Harvard was doing here with this. So the course layout, you can see at the top here the different tabs. The discussion board is separate from all of the learning modules. There's no built-in discussions. Um, the syllabus is here. They have frequently asked questions, important dates. Notes is where you can kind of record your notes, and then your progress tab. Now the progress is more of like the grade book. So let's look at what a course module looks like here. So a course module consists of an introduction. This is a short little video, kind of your motivation. The next is the lesson in practice. Now the lesson in practice, I'll show you guys, is a series of videos followed by a questions video. You can see video, question, video, question, video, question. Um, these are your formative assessments, have no impact on your actual grade. You can answer these questions as many times as you like. It does provide instant feedback and gives you additional problems if you're having trouble with that topic. After you've completed those videos and modules, it is consistent throughout the course. It's between 5 and 9 video questions. Then you take the formal evaluation for each section. This one, you can see the first one consists of 8 questions. You can take it 2 times. These are weekly modules, so they must be completed within the week. Um, you get, like I said, you get 2 attempts, and in order to pass this, you need to get on all of the summative evaluations a average of 60%. If you get above that, then you pass. Um, so I wanted to review this using the Penn State um, the Penn State peer evaluation tool. I thought this was a really nice tool. The reason why I selected it was its focus on communication. You can see in the first 2 principles that communication is what's being evaluated. Are teachers communicating with students? Is there an opportunity for students to communicate with students? Is there collaborative learning taking place? What opportunities is the teacher giving the students to develop community and social presence? Those were covered in the first 2, and when I saw that, that was just something we'd covered so much in this course that I thought no matter what type of course you're offering, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous, the course I was doing was an asynchronous course. I thought those were critical. I know it can be tough when a course is designed to start whenever the student wants to. It can be hard to have weekly meetings, but it still should be part of that learning process and should still be made available to those students. You can see some of the other principles here. One I thought was great, number 3, encouraging active learning. This was really kind of utilizing, are you using strong instructional pedagogy for distance-based learning? Um, Another cool one was emphasizes time on task. This is something we had learned about as supports for learners, saying, well, a good instructional leader should be providing maybe like a schedule or a template for a schedule, or telling students how long they should be spending on each module, which this course did. It really got me thinking, like, those are things that are critical for student success. Um, Another great one was respecting diverse student talents and abilities. This means providing supports for students who are struggling, providing supports for students who need additional challenges, and also providing options for students, letting students personalize their instruction. You know, the internet is full of tools. Let students have an opportunity to, I don't know, choose a different type of assessment, show how they want to learn in a podcast or a vlog, or something different. Maybe they have them create something. Um, and lastly, I know I saved number 4 for last, was feedback. Feedback in distance-based learning is critical. It's a huge form of communication between student and teacher. I thought this course honestly did not do the best job with feedback, but that should be something we're looking at evaluating when we're evaluating an instructor. The layout for this tool, you'll see I do have some notes in here, so you'll see in the final project, you can see those as well. It has an evidence found section, strengths, so you can kind of, I typed out just notes in here and then typed it in a paragraph form in the actual project. And then areas for improvement. I also really like the resources they gave here for teachers to share with their peers, because this is a peer review, in ways that they can engage their students. This one is community, so ways you can get to know your students using technology. I loved this little icebreaker thing. I'm definitely going to be saving that link. I would recommend checking that out as well if you haven't done that. And in fact, in a lot of these, they have some great tools here. Now, lastly, I know I'm approaching the end of my time. Um, Lastly, I wanted to talk about some revisions I would make to this course. In fact, I'm going to make myself whole for this. Some revisions I would make to this course, as I mentioned, for assessments and activities, more variety. There was only one type of assessment, and that was built into the LMS. Maybe utilizing some other online tools like Desmos, Flipgrid, quizzes, Kahoot. Gamify some of the learning might make it more engaging. I also think if we increase the type of assessment, we could give better feedback. I thought the feedback was it was all generated by the LMS, so it wasn't detailed or personalized at all. Um, Also, for the activities, we could have used more tools. There were some simulations that were used for probability. You need to roll die, you need to draw cards, you need to pick outfits, looking at combinations and permutations. The activities given were really just data collection. It wasn't really engaging at all. Also, encouraging more community building and communication. There was very little communication between teacher student and student student. In fact, in this module, there was no direct communication line or email address or anything given for the instructors of this course. Now, there was some student-student interaction that took place in the discussion board with introduction posts, as I mentioned earlier, or just kind of a forum for problems that you're having with the course, the technology, but it wasn't required. In fact, you could go through the whole module without going into the discussion once. Um, so I thought a nice way to kind of work with that would be to add a synchronous element to it. Now, again, I know that's hard when the students can start and stop whenever, but a nice little way that this could be done is add like a virtual class space or a virtual like study group where wherever you are in the course, once a week on Thursdays from 3 to 5 or whatever, students can come in and discuss with one another saying, oh, I'm on course 1, module 1, like has anyone had trouble with this question, or does anyone have any good resources for this question? Or it's just an opportunity for to meet other people who are engaging in this program. This could also be a space for students who have completed the course to come in and talk to students who are working on and answering some of their questions. Sorry, there's a diesel motor going by right now. Um, yeah, so I mean, adding some kind of synchronous element or adding some kind of virtual office hours or like I said, a virtual learning space or a space where students to share more about themselves and reach out to one another, I really think would make this better, along with, like I said, better assessment, more assessment tools, because more assessment tools will mean better feedback and more detailed feedback. The assessments were just, well, what is the solution? And there's so much more to the mathematical process than just the right answer. So these were just some little critiques. I recommend taking the time and reading through my review as well. I go into much more detail as to some of the critiques for this. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope to see you guys next year sometime. Again, beautiful here out in Arizona. I got to get all my work done in the morning because during the day you will melt if you are outside. But hope to see you guys soon. Rock and roll. I hope you enjoyed the project. See you guys later.